Welcome home. Taehyung and Jungkook returned to South Korea, their airport moments. This morning leave fans completely hysterical. The moment fans had been waiting for finally happened. Kim Taehyung and Chun Jungkook, two of the most talked about stars in the world, were spotted arriving back in South Korea this morning, and the atmosphere at the airport instantly turned electric. From the second they appeared, cameras flashed nonstop, fans screamed in excitement, and social media exploded with reactions. Their return to their homeland was not just an airport arrival, it became an emotional event, a visual spectacle, and yet another unforgettable chapter in what many fans are already calling a legendary Taehyung airport moment. As soon as Taehyung and Jungkook stepped into view, the mood around the airport changed completely. What had been a normal morning suddenly transformed into a scene filled with anticipation, excitement, and pure fan chaos. Security staff moved quickly, reporters leaned forward to catch every second, and fans who had been waiting for hours could barely contain their emotions. And honestly, who could blame them? Every time Taehyung and Jungkook appear together in public, something happens. It may be a glance, a smile, a small gesture, or even the way they walk side by side, but somehow, they always manage to create moments that leave fans speechless. This morning in South Korea was no different. Taehyung immediately caught attention with his effortless airport fashion and calm charisma. Even in a simple look, he carried that natural elegance that fans know so well. Jungkook, on the other hand, radiated a softer but equally magnetic energy, appearing relaxed yet visibly aware of the fans surrounding them. The contrast between their energies made the entire moment even more fascinating to watch. But what truly made fans lose control was not just their visuals. It was their chemistry. The way they moved through the airport seemed almost instinctive, as if they were completely in sync without even needing to speak much. At several points, fans noticed them glancing toward each other, subtly matching their pace, and reacting to the crowd in ways that immediately sparked theories online. Even the smallest interactions became major discussion topics within minutes. One short moment in particular is already going viral. As the crowd grew louder, Jungkook appeared to briefly look toward Taehyung before adjusting his expression, almost as if he was holding back a smile. Taehyung, meanwhile, remained calm but noticeably playful in his own way, occasionally turning his attention toward the fans and acknowledging their screams with quiet confidence. That tiny exchange, lasting only seconds, was enough to send fans into absolute meltdown. Within minutes, clips from the airport began circulating across social media platforms, with hashtags related to Taehyung and Jungkook rapidly climbing trending charts. Fans from all over the world, who were not physically at the airport, immediately joined the frenzy online, reposting videos, zooming into their expressions, and analyzing every frame like it was a scene from a movie. Some fans described the atmosphere as surreal, while others said they had never seen airport energy feel this intense so early in the morning. Many even commented that Taehyung and Jungkook have a unique ability to turn ordinary moments into unforgettable memories without doing anything dramatic at all. And that is exactly what makes them so powerful. They do not need a stage, a spotlight, or a performance setup to command attention. Just walking into an airport together is enough to make the entire internet stop and stare. What also made today's arrival especially emotional for fans was the symbolism behind it, coming home. There is always something deeply moving about seeing artists return to the country where everything began. For many fans, South Korea is not just Taehyung and Jungkook's homeland, it is the place where their journey started, where their dreams were built, and where countless unforgettable memories were created. So seeing them arrive back on Korean soil this morning felt bigger than just travel. It felt like a meaningful return. That emotional layer made the airport moment feel even more special. Fans waiting at the scene reportedly screamed not only because of excitement, but because of genuine emotion. Some had tears in their eyes. Others held up phones with shaking hands, trying desperately to capture even a few seconds of the moment. For them, this was not just about seeing celebrities. It was about seeing two people who have become a huge part of their lives. And Taehyung and Jungkook seemed to understand that. Even amid the tight security and crowded conditions, both appeared to acknowledge the fans in subtle but meaningful ways. A small nod, a quick glance, a half smile. These gestures may seem tiny to outsiders, but to fans, they mean everything. Those are the moments that get replayed over and over again, clipped into edits, turned into viral posts, and remembered for years. Of course, as expected, fans online are already debating one big question. What were Taehyung and Jungkook really feeling this morning? Were they simply tired after traveling? Were they trying to stay composed in front of the cameras? Or were they quietly enjoying the chaos they always seem to create together? Their expressions gave just enough mystery to keep fans curious. And that uncertainty is part of what makes these airport appearances so addictive to watch. There's always something unsaid, something hidden in the silence, something that makes people want to look closer. And once again, Taehyung and Jungkook delivered exactly that. This morning's airport arrival may have lasted only a short time, but the impact has already become massive. Fans are still talking, clips are still spreading. As more videos from the airport continued to spread online, fans began noticing even more small details that made the morning arrival feel even more unforgettable. One of the biggest reasons this moment became so explosive was Taehyung and Jungkook seemed completely natural together, even in such a crowded and overwhelming situation. While many stars tend to focus only on moving through the airport as quickly as possible, Taehyung and Jungkook somehow turned the walk itself into a moment fans could not stop replaying. Their body language immediately became a major topic. Fans pointed out how they appeared to remain close throughout several parts of the arrival, with their movements often seeming quietly coordinated. It was not anything dramatic or overly obvious, but that is exactly why fans found it so powerful. The smallest things often become the biggest stories when it comes to Taehyung and Jungkook, and this morning was a perfect example. At one point, when the noise from the crowd became especially intense, Jungkook seemed to lower his gaze for a brief second before looking forward again, staying calm despite the overwhelming attention. Taehyung, meanwhile, carried his usual composed aura, but fans were quick to notice that his expression subtly changed whenever the crowd screamed louder near them. That tiny shift was enough. Within minutes, fan communities began discussing whether Taehyung was trying not to laugh, trying to stay serious, or simply reacting in his own quiet way to the chaos around him. Some even said his expression looked soft, while others described it as dangerously charming, proving once again that fans can turn a single facial expression into an international discussion. And then came the moment that made everything even louder. A short clip began circulating that showed what many fans believe was one of the sweetest interactions of the morning. In the middle of the crowd, while both were moving through the airport, Taehyung and Jungkook appeared to share a very quick but noticeable glance. It lasted only a moment, so fast that some people almost missed it, but once the clip was slowed down and reposted, the internet completely lost control. That one look instantly became the center of attention. Fans began posting emotional reactions, theories, and edits within minutes, with many saying that they always say so much without words. Others insisted that no matter how many public appearances they make, there's always a new tiny moment that sends the entire fandom into another wave of hysteria. And that is exactly what happened today. By late morning, fan pages across multiple platforms were already calling this one of the most iconic airport arrivals of the month, and possibly one of the most emotionally charged Taehyung sightings of recent weeks. It was not because they did something shocking. It was because they did what they always do best. They made people feel something.